Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same gift.
What?
It has been a long day. Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good. Despite
What? What? That was a Freudian slip right there.
Caleb has persisted with the same gift. Grit. It has been a long day.
Oh my gosh, dude. Trust me, we're not grifters. We're legitimate. We do everything by the book, and we're not liars or grifters. Hassan says right-wing commentary is a well-funded grift propped up by the super wealthy to keep working class occupied, fighting each other so we don't unite and fight them instead. Agreed. But left-wing commentary too, is I think both of these sides are just a grift. They're well-funded grifts propped up by the super wealthy, and they're ultimately not going to get us out of this quagmire we're in.
Why don't you let me fix you some of this new Mococo drink? All natural cocoa beans from the upper slopes of Mountain Nicaragua, no artificial sweeteners.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
I've tasted other cocos. This is the best.
What the hell does this have to do with anything? Tell me what's happening!
Well, you're having a nervous breakdown. That's what's happening.
You're part of this.
Why don't you let me fix you some of this new Mococo drink?
That is so good, dude. This is one of the good things AI can produce. What the hell does any of this have to do with anything? What are you talking about?
Did what we usually did before tours. We said our prayer, and we asked the Lord to protect us, and we asked the Lord that his will be done. That's what we did.
At one time, an employee of Turning Point, she has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. What I am doing is releasing myself from the enemy's hands, where he could have a foothold in me.
But also wanting justice for them here on earth.
No, of course. But we serve a just God. And I rest easy in knowing that. He's sovereign, but he's just.
Oh my gosh.
So let the Lord handle that.
Sexpionage is the involvement of sexual activity, intimacy, romance, or seduction in espionage. Sex or the possibility of sex can function as a distraction, incentive, cover story, or unintended part of any intelligence operation. In the Soviet Union, female agents assigned to use such tactics were referred to as swallows, while male agents were known as ravens. A commonly known type of sexpionage is a honey trap operation, which is designed to compromise an opponent sexually, to elicit information from that person. So could Erika Kirk be a swallow of sorts? Her past is murky. We don't exactly know. She seems to be lying about some things. She seems to be lying about how she's coming off. She's not this trad Catholic whatever. She was a bottle girl. She was a model of sorts. Could they have introduced her to Charlie Kirk knowing, of course, they'll be together. They'll be a perfect couple. They will represent the image of the trad conservative right-wing political person, the family of the right wing, right? Knowing all well that she's actually maybe working for somebody else. Netanyahu, Israel, I don't know. And that she's kind of there to keep an eye on things. She's there to be his partner. She's there to fill the image. Similarly, which I think might be happening with Candace. Candace is an interesting character. She's married to George Farmer. He was also involved in TPUSA in the UK branch, if I recall correctly. They met, I think they talked online for a few weeks, and then they were like married next. It was very quick. George Farmer's rich, and he ran that website Parler. Who's CEO. And how much of this, I think, is to prop up the image of these people? How much of it is to push them together to say, you get married, this is a good fit, this is an arranged marriage, because this is the image that we need to portray. We need this idea of the trad life of the conservative. You're going to be a right-wing pundit. You will be a right-wing pundit. We're going to invest in you. You're an investment. We've got your life planned out and set up. And we find out about lies about, Erika Kirk and whatnot. And I just think that that's probably what she was. She was probably his handler in a way. And I don't exactly know if it was Israel who did it or if she's working for Israel. I have no idea, but I'm not going to sit here and make claims about, oh yeah, for sure, this is what it is. But it's just interesting to think about in terms of the life we know of her, the way she's operating now in the limelight, the acting, the over the top acting about Charlie Kirk's death, and how they want to push her to the top to kind of control the narrative. TPUSA really wants to control the narrative in favor of the Zionist kind of Jewish agenda. And she doesn't even seem like she's really that disturbed by it. You know, I mean, most of this is just, it seems like it's for show. The WWE lighting and her going to the funeral and crying on him and, oh, the countless rounds on the media tours. It just seems very fake. And I think most people can feel that. They can see that in her facial expressions and her acting. It just seems weird. I don't rule the Israel thing out completely, but I wonder if this could have been a foreign entity, Qatar maybe, I don't know, another Middle Eastern country who took out their top guy, their top investment. And this is TPUSA's way of saying, okay, well, you did that. Well, this is our backup plan. We're going to put Erika Kirk to the front. She's going to be the new face of this. She's going to go on the speaking tour, and we're going to pick up right where we left off. And we desperately need to hold on to this narrative that we've concocted, and we desperately need to maintain the story. And then you get somebody like a Candace Owens who comes in and is just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. And most of them are probably bullshit bogus, but the act of doing that at all is an affront to the narrative control. This kind of constructed, orchestrated life that was this guy, this investment that they poured millions of dollars into, the TPUSA grift, that's essentially a front for Israel. TPUSA faith, it's the Zionist flavor of Christianity. You have the pockets of Ted Cruz and other politicians. They spout the same dispensational nonsense that TPUSA espouses. They cloak it, they mask it in this is Christianity. This is the way you do it. This is how it looks. This is the flavor we've presented to you. But it's all just a grift and it's all bullshit. And it's all you to buy into the kind of mimetic image that they presented to you. Something to think about. I think ultimately what they want to do is they want to collapse all of Christianity under one concrete religion. And I think once they do that, they can collapse that religion into a broader religion, which will be the religion of the future, this kind of perennialist, Gnostic, AI, God religion. I think that's ultimately what they want to have happen. But the first they need to do is get all the Christians together to rally together. You see Leo meeting with the ecumenical patriarch. What's that? That's they want to combine. They want ecumenism, right? You see Christian Protestant sects saying, guys, Mormons are Christian. We're all Christian. They want to whip us into this kind of one Christianity. But underneath, it's not really, nobody's conceding anything. It's just kind of this, we want to make this amalgamation of all this shit so it's easier to control. That's what it seems like. And then once you get all that under Christianity, TM, right? Trademark Christianity, the Zionist, dispensationalist, perennial, whatever the hell. Once you get under that, then you can start to add in and say, well, we're all part of the same religion, and we can gear that towards some sort of AI future religion. But that's down the line, that's later, but this is all kind of boiling in the background. That's kind of boiling in people's minds. And TPUSA faith and TPUSA in general is a means at getting people and harvesting people, the youth of America, into this understanding of what Christianity is. And what the image is, well, it's somebody like Erika, it's somebody like Charlie. And they believe in Israel, and they believe in Zionism, and an affront to the narrative that they've created is an affront to the whole thing, and it's all collapsing.